Hello everyone, this is Persephone, and today we're going to talk about how society loves to gaslight and invalidate beta men. And I decided to talk about that because I realized that constant invalidation sometimes can be even more traumatic than the original trauma that you went through or the original problem. Personally, like I said in my previous video, 2024 is the year where I'm feral. Like, I officially don't care about anything that has to do with the internet. People can just come to demonetize me, send threats, whatever. I'm going to speak my truth. So I'm going to tell you some very harsh truths today. Let's say you try going out on dates with women and you are severely overweight. Disclaimer, I'm not fat phobic. I have nothing against other people and their bodies and their weight, and you will never see me going under someone's profile or pictures or channel and make negative comments about their body. It's their body, their choice. I believe that. In the same time, if I want to help you, I have to tell you the truth, and the truth is that the more extra weight you carry, the harder it is for you to date in most societies. And my personal belief is that if it's not healthy, it's not sexy. Whatever your doctor defines for you as healthy. So back to what we were saying. Let's say you're severely overweight and you go out on dates and you get rejected. Women are not attracted to you. Or what's even more common, you don't go to any dates. Like, you have dating apps and you don't get any matches. Or you try to approach women and no one was interested in you. And you discuss it with your friends or you discuss it with your mother and you express concern that women don't like you. And at some point you say, maybe it's my weight, I'm too fat. And then everyone and their dog and their mother-in-law will crawl out of the woodworks to say, no, that's not it. All bodies are beautiful. It's not your weight. You will find the right person one day that she will not care about your weight. It's totally fine. The example that I will never forget, and I'm grateful that I came across this man, was an Asian guy that he talked to me, I think, on Facebook some years ago. And actually, he didn't even talk to me directly. It was some kind of group conversation when I had way too much free time, where I said that I don't date overweight people, neither men nor women. And that's not because of racism or something. It's like, it's not going to work. I can't eat junk food because of my autoimmune problems. Anyway, I'm very active, and all of my friendships with people who had significant weight problems, I'm not talking about like 10 more pounds, I'm talking about 50 more pounds, they didn't end up well. And he caused so much drama. It's like, he said he's going to commit suicide. He was threatening to commit suicide because I said that, because how dare I? And this guy was like 30, in his 30s, 35, and apparently he lived all of his life so sheltered that nobody ever told him that the fact that he's morbidly obese prevents him from meeting women. It was like such a shocking experience. I grew up on the other side of people being extremely unhealthy when it comes to appearances and like obsessed. So I was not familiar. How can someone grow up living a lie? And that man was like, he's not a bad person. He was very lonely. He was very devastated that he wanted to date non-Asian women. Basically, he had reached the point of desperation that he started about like wanting non-Asian women, but at that point he would date just anyone who would give him a chance that was female, and he still got no chances. And I tried telling him that this has nothing to do with you. I don't even know you. So why are you trying to blackmail me that you're going to do like self-harm so that I'm going to like violate my own boundary? And after that, I started to think, and I started to talk to people who come through my channel or OnlyFans or other media, and it's like the same lying and lying and lying. It's like beta men don't even deserve the truth according to society. Like, if your penis is 2 inches, you cannot satisfy women. You cannot live a normal life the same way a man whose penis is 7.5 inches and appropriately thick is going to live. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. And the women who are going to tell you that size doesn't matter, they're lying to you. Now the next question is, okay, why are they lying, right? Like, do they hate you? For many reasons. Reason number one is that people hate uncomfortable situations and no one wants to be the bearer of bad news. So women think, why should I be the one to tell him that his penis is the problem? Maybe someone else will. Also, women are being raised to not be like me in that sense because I have autism. Like, oh, you're not supposed to upset people. Oh, you're supposed to nurture their feelings. So when you reject a guy for whatever reason, you're not supposed to tell him the truth. especially if it's something that he cannot change, like his penis size. You're supposed to start talking about blossoming flowers and sun in the sky and how he has a golden heart and some women will be so happy one day, and basically say every bullshit you can think of under the sun, including things like, it's not you, it's me, or I'm not over my ex. Like, if you're not over your ex, why are you're even on this date to begin with? What's wrong with you? And the guy is left confused. So they think that they do him a favor this way. I beg to differ, they ruin him. Okay. Another reason is that people are, like, I realize that so many people are weak. I'm not weak, I'm freaking strong. And this year, I'm not exactly going to be bragging, but I own up to things that I'm good at. Enough with trying to be humble. So people cannot accept horrible realities. And it's a horrible reality to say that you're born with a micro penis and that we don't have the technology to fix that currently. So you have to find a way to cope until something better comes along. Luckily, we are in the era of AI. Maybe they will fix that. Maybe you'll get an AI girlfriend. Maybe, I don't know, but you can still hope. People like to think that there is a solution for everything. And I realize that this is especially like in the West and in America. I think that whatever mental gangrene spreads in the world, America is always patient zero from my experience. And I don't care if that sounds racist. It's like, oh, just be positive and whatever problem is out there, we can fix it. You can't fix all problems. I support trying to fix them, but sometimes you have to accept that some problems are not fixable, where they don't accept that. Especially Reddit. For me, the biggest sign of population collapse is Reddit. I've never seen a bigger group of more moronic, fake, virtue signaling, ignorant people gathered in one place. It's like spiritual cancer. I go there and then I feel I have to like somehow cleanse my mind and my psyche from what I saw. So these people are going to say, it's okay, you'll fix it. You can't fix it. And I don't say this to sound a doomer. Radical acceptance will free you. Accepting the loss of something and going through the grieving process will free you. It will open other paths. To put it plainly, the men that some people in my channel like mock off, that come across my channel and I block them because they're cockroaches, they say that it's humiliating to get into the vasectomy, chastity serving a goddess process. I'm going to ask, isn't it more humiliating to waste your precious time and your precious money taking gold-digging women to dates that they're going to dump you anyway once they see 2 inches in the critical moment? You can just ignore me. You can go on 200 of these dates, 2,000. You could have saved $50,000 to buy the best AI girlfriend in the future, or to serve a goddess that is actually going to give you attention instead of just getting ripped off like that, but you don't want to. Okay, then radical acceptance isn't for you. Just keep hoping for that magical girl that is going to ignore all of your flaws and somehow love you. Another reason is virtue signaling, like I mentioned earlier on Reddit. There was a time when I posted on Reddit and I said that I'm very happy and satisfied, and I feel very sadistically satisfied that one of my bullies has become a very prematurely aged, very unattractive, out of shape woman living in the equivalent of non-American Jerkwater Heights, married to an ugly guy that I'm sure he's sitting on here. And people said, you need to be the better person. You need to forgive your bully. Some people, some Redditors, like what the fuck is that even, said that I need to go there and help her. That was, I don't know if you watched my bullying stories from my past. There was a story where I pushed a girl down a hill when I was like, I don't know, 8. And I fell down with her, like one of these horrible girls, and I broke my arm, and that was the only thing that stopped the bullying. And looking back, I was thinking, like, why was like some child in a prison or in a jungle? Why did I have to do that? Like, the bullying had become so bad that I had to say, like, we're falling down that hill, and we could have died, like, seriously. And I don't care, like, I hate you so much, you have bullied me so much for various reasons that are not a part of this video, that I'm taking you down with me. And I'm still this person, like 99% of the times I'm going to let go, but if you hit that 1%, I'm setting myself on fire and you're burning with me. And I'm just saying, like, metaphorically, we're not actually setting anyone on fire. So the girl who became an ugly loser is this person's good friend. And that person is also an ugly loser. So the Redditors were saying, you should help them. And I'm like, why? They didn't even say sorry for what they did. Or they said, you know, there's something wrong with you that you're holding on to this after all of these years. There are a lot of things wrong with me. But admitting that this was massive trauma and that I have the last laugh is not one of them. So to put it in your case, people don't like to see anyone expressing any negative emotion, especially men. Men are so terrorized to not show any emotions. And I'm going to tell you, one of the reasons that like 95% of the men who are weak for one reason, and I'm going to tell you why is that now. Because you can be angry. Because people castrated your anger to the extent that you don't even know that it's in there, because it's still in you. It's just that it becomes depression. Depression is anger turned against oneself. It becomes binging, drinking, drugging yourself, watching porn, becoming a love addict, like we said on the previous video, and so on. Because everyone else feels inconvenienced if you're angry. So they're going to tell you crap like, let go. I'm going to tell you, I'm thin today because I'm one fucking angry psycho. I make 5 to 7 times more than these bullies for the same reason, because I'm truthful to who I am. Who are you? If you were led yourself, I don't want to sound like a self-development guru, but I'm so like bored of this invalidation, of this gaslighting. Who are you? Why can't you be angry? Why can't you be angry at all of these awful women ignoring you, or at your even more awful family and friends? I'm telling you, your family and your friends will be your downfall. And do you know how I know that? Because your life should be going forward. Even if it is 1 step forward and 3 steps back, if you have good people around you, there will be progress. If you're stuck, if it's been 10 years and you never got a girlfriend, if you can't make any money, if you don't have any self-discipline, the people around you, they're human gangrene. They're holding you back. And usually they do that because there is a profit. Let's go to the Asian mother, the parasite, that today, like, I don't know why today, but like I read some things on the Asian parent stories. Asian people marry for pragmatic reasons, or at least in the previous generations they did. They don't love each other. They don't have sex with each other. They're just together to work and make money like some kind of ants and wait to die. At least a very big percentage of them, not all. As a result, there is a lot of emotional incest going on, a lot of mothers using their sons as emotional tampons going on. So the son is like not allowed to have a girlfriend until he's like 30. And then all of a sudden they're asking him, why don't we have grandkids? As if the girlfriend is going to like come from the sky, fall in your like front yard or something. These people will gaslight you with everything they have. They will say, you know, you own your parents who gave birth to you. I believe that it's very normal to love, to respect, to want to help your parents. But where do we draw the line? Like, are you going to live in the same house as your parents until you get married because they feel like it? Are you going to do a job you hate because they feel like it? Are you going to be an incel because your mommy needs emotional support? Where do you draw the line? And when you get angry, everyone says it's wrong. I don't care about that anymore. I think you should really sit down with yourself and ask, who is being abused here? I read somewhere that all abused people become abusers. And it was mind-blowing. My first reaction was denial. Like, what? I'm not abusing anyone. And I was very abused. They say that if you are not abusing anyone, you're abusing yourself. That if you cannot get angry towards anyone for whatever you are going through, which could be you are broke, you are lonely, you have no social skills, you have a micropenis, you want BBC and you can get it, whatever your reason is valid, and everyone is telling you that you are wrong for feeling this way. You are wrong for thinking this way. And your real life experience is the polar opposite of what they tell you. Like, I see everywhere all bodies are beautiful, and in my real life experience shows that only hot men can get women. Like, look at the men who actually get women on Tinder. How many obese men do you see there? How many men with micropenises do you see there? And you're going to say, okay, the manosphere has already talked about that. It's not being talked about enough. If you're not angry, then you haven't reached the point of knowledge that is necessary to change your life. And the other thing is that when you get angry, all the narcissistic, toxic people that profit from you being stuck will feel abused. They will say, you changed, you're a bad person, you're a selfish person. I started being called selfish a lot when I started saying things that upset people. So what? If what I say isn't true, why do you even allow it to upset you? Just move on. You can say, okay, she has a wrong opinion. I'm just going to ignore her. Why can you ignore me? Because deep down it triggers you. Because you know it's true. Same with your friends. Personally, I don't believe in friendship very much anymore. I think that in order for me to call someone a friend, we have to be like on friendly terms for like 10 years. They must not backstab me in that time, and then I'm going to be proud to call them my friend. I think that friendship is extremely like exaggerated, again, from the spiritual gangrene America, that you expect these things like Friends, the series, or Disney, or whatever you read in books, and you have a bunch of backstabbers. You have a bunch of people that it feels uncomfortable when you move on and they're stuck. The saying that we are the average of the 5 people we hang out the most is true, but for one reason. These 5 people, when they see you trying to lose weight, will hold you down, will sabotage you. Same with your family. So to summarize this video, if your life sucks, you have a bad family and bad friends. If your life sucks, it's because you are angry and you have turned this anger into either distracting yourself or destroying yourself, or usually both, when you should start be using it as fuel to actually change your life. So the next time some loser comes to lie to your face, I don't care if they're a man or if they're a woman or whatever their gender is, we have gender equality here. The next time some loser comes tell you that, oh, your looks don't matter for the right person, you're going to tell her, oh really? Is that why on Tinder it's been proven that 20% of men get 80% of women? Like, these men have the golden hearts, they're the kindest, they have the most substance. Most of them could even be ex-convicts with tattoos or men in uniforms or some other kind of like blatant fetish if you look at their profile, and women are going to be begging them. I said to these people, get out of here. I don't say this nice, but I'm like, you're going to gaslight me? Okay, sure, whatever. The people on Reddit said, go help your bully. I said, what else should I do? Should we just hold hands and cry together when I almost died as a kid because of that bitch? But I'm telling you, I believe that in many cases there is justice in this world. You don't even have to be spiritual. Even delayed justice, for me, it is justice. When we were kids, you couldn't see it because kids don't have much power, and if any at all, and also because you're dependent on your family. Like, you appear to have as much money as your family has. And you appear to have as much self-discipline and looks as whatever your family feeds you. That's why obese parents usually have obese kids. But when you become an adult and you start making your own choices, then you start to see what everyone is made of. So we had girls and guys who were the most handsome and the prettiest in the school, and that was kind of natural. It was like your family cooking healthy, your genes helping you. Now these people have become trash. They couldn't become anything. I had been through a stalking period that I overcame because there's nothing to stalk, that I tracked down each and every one of the people who actually bullied or harassed me, and I bullied and harassed them back, which still makes you the weaker person. They are all nobodies. They have gained weight, they're out of shape, they look miserable, and none of them has a career, and none of them has money. That says a lot, doesn't it? So in this channel, we're going to be telling you things as they are. I want this place to be a lighthouse against the massive lying. Virtue signaling is lying. Telling you bullshit like blue-pilled bullshit that they're not going to help you, it's ruining you. It's the reason you drink. It's the reason you eat junk. It's the reason you watch porn for 8 hours every day. It's the reason you take antidepressants. You have to get angry. You have to get up and say to hell with all of these bullshitters. Like, I'm telling people, what are you going to do about it? Like, there was a guy that he was against his friend dating a woman from Eastern Europe. And he said, I'm against it. And first of all, I asked, like, are you this guy's father? Who asked your opinion? Like, this American, like, kind of gay and messed friends, like, I have nothing against gay people. I'm just saying that they pretend they're straight, but they're so homophobic, and I'm so sure they're, like, in the closet, and they're like, oh, like, bros over hoes, I don't want you to date here. And I was like, okay, what do you want to happen then? And he said, I want my friend to change. And he has to do this and this and this first, and then he should date, like, he needs my permission. And I'm like, what if your friend never, like, changes? What if he can't? Or what if he doesn't want to? Is he going to, like, die in incel? Is he going to be, like, single for the next 50 years? And he looked at me like the shock in his eyes that no one ever asked him that. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to say it nicely. Who asked you? You don't want to date? You shouldn't date. Your friend, there is a miracle, some woman is interested in him. If you actually were on his side, you would say, dude, this woman got blinded, and despite your bullshit, she wants to be with you. Date her. At least get experience from the whole thing. But no, it's like, oh, we're an incel, like bunch of incel guys, and if one of us dates, then the rest of us feel horrible. So it's better if no one dates. So I'm just telling you, whatever you think and whatever you see and whatever you experience is solid. And because the dystopia and the toxic people around you have a different agenda, they're going to tell you it's not. Trust your eyes, your ears, and your real life experience. I do that, and it never fails to serve me well in every area of life. So I'm never going to actually help bullies. As extreme as that sounds, if that woman had a GoFundMe, I would never donate. I have donated to complete strangers, but I'm never going to donate to her. Because I think that actions have consequences. So I think you can do whatever you want. Like seriously, even if it is illegal, in my opinion, as long as you are mentally prepared to bear the consequences. Like, do you want to be a doormat to your parents for the rest of your life? Fine. When you get cancer from all of this suppressed anger, at least make some money to pay the bills, because that's what's going to happen to you. Or you want to believe that women will love you despite you looking like shit? They're not going to love you. So be prepared to die alone, and so on. I know it's not easy, but with some practice, you can do it. I'm telling you, I got complaints from some people. This channel is going to become extreme. I don't even care about YouTube money anymore. The money that they pay me is not enough for the job I do, in my opinion. So I'm just going to say whatever I want to say. It's going to be a lot more extreme, and you're welcome to write under. If you like my channel, you should just share the videos if you're not already subscribed to help me get out. Because I'm really sick of not just beta men, but there are a lot of sexually excluded groups that they're being fed bullshit. That's what it is. It's a bullshit. The truth is that if you don't meet specific factors in women's eyes, you're not going to get women. It has been like that for thousands of years. Thousands of years ago, men knew that you had to be strong, you had to have money or a plot of land, or you had to go to war to get paid with cows, a plot of land and stuff to have a wife. A wife wasn't something that you're entitled just because you exist and you have a twin's penis. But now we think that, oh, I exist and I deserve a cam girl girlfriend or a tweets girl girlfriend. You don't. Thank you for watching.